Hello, everybody. This is Javi Nicole, and today this particular video is going to be about what it's like to be an artist. And yeah, it's hard out here for artists, and I'm going to tell you why. Now, the main things I'm going to focus on are basically what makes it hard to be an artist societally or socially, and then what makes it hard, I guess, more personally or romantically. So, um, what makes it hard to be an artist is that one of the main things is that we are simultaneously celebrated and ostracized. And the way that that happens is that, okay, an artist's work is celebrated, but the artist as a person is ostracized. They're shunned. I'll give you an example, like Vincent Van Gogh. Now, Van Gogh is hands down, one of the most well-known, celebrated artists, and you know, it's not like that is unreasonable. I mean, he has amazing work. Yet, Van Gogh as a man was perceived as being crazy. He was definitely shunned by the society in which he existed, and I think that in situations like that and with other artists, and it could be artists of any type of medium, and even just people who uh, think differently from, what the normal, I guess, group thing is, they are ostracized. And I think that that happens because, the reason why the work is celebrated and the artist is shunned is because the work is what has some type of monetary value. That's what the value is placed on. And I think that what it all boils down to in our capitalistic society is the monetary value of things, your buying power, how much, what your price tag is. So, that's why the work is celebrated, because the work, socially, a socially a price is put on that work, a value is put on that work based on what is considered culturally, socially, artistically valuable in our society. Whereas, as people in a capitalistic society, we are reduced to our buying power, our, we a value is placed on us too, like with our credit score, because basically, in the society in which we exist, everything revolves around credit. If you don't have credit, you don't have anything. Like, you just cannot survive in a capitalist society with bad credit, because everything revolves around it. So, an artist's work is reduced to a monetary value. A person is reduced to their buying power. So no wonder that, work, everything goes back to that. So of course the work is going to be celebrated because the work is seen as valuable, but the person isn't seen as valuable. The person is ostracized, and at the end of the day, it is all about what we can, what our output is. What we can put into our society financially, and what is socially considered to be things of value, and people aren't. Um, so yeah, at the end of the day, it's money that matters and not people, and we are just vessels to spend money, to make money, to spend it. It's capitalism. That's how it works. So that's just one reason why I think that artists are socially ostracized, although their work is celebrated. But their work is celebrated because it's seen as something to be it's seen as something financially valuable. It's not celebrated just because, yeah, it's beautiful, but at the end of the day, that beauty is reduced to how much money is this piece worth? Is this song worth? Is this, whatever, how much money does it bring in? It all goes back to that. So that's, one of the reasons why it's hard out here for an artist, because if you're an artist, most true artists, or what I consider to be a true artist, we are not motivated by money. That's not what it's all about. But if, that's what your work is being reduced to, then that of course it's going to be difficult. Something you're passionate about is being reduced to what its monetary value is. The price that society places on it. Now, the other reason I'm just going to talk about today, because there are many other reasons, but the other reason why it's hard to be an artist is because being an artist is overwhelming. It is consuming. I always say there's a thin line between genius and insanity, and artists, I feel like, we straddle that line. We may be on either line, on either side of that line, depending on the day, or what someone may perceive as insanity may be genius. Once again, Van Gogh's a perfect example. But it's difficult in your interpersonal relationships and in romantic relationships because, it is not easy for someone to come second to art. We are, the way that we are used to doing things, in our relationships, you put this person before, everything else, work, stuff like that. And that, makes sense if you're involved in a serious, committed romantic relationship with someone. But as an artist, your first relationship is with your art, and that comes before everything else. And I know for me personally, my relationship with my art is very significant in terms of my relationship with God and my spirituality, and it's all interconnected. And that is not something that I can distance myself from or step away from for another person. I cannot, and I refuse to do it. So of course that can make it difficult because, if your art is consuming your time, your mind, and all that type of stuff, and you're in a relationship with someone, especially if you're with someone who's not an artist, then they're not going to understand that, and that can cause difficulties in a relationship. And I've experienced it, and I've seen it happen with other people that I know. So it's difficult because basically, it's difficult for both people, because the artist, is going to feel like they're misunderstood. The person who's not an artist are going to feel like they're neglected, or like they come second to this, to this art, when, it's not like, for me personally, I can only speak for myself, but for me, it's not like I'm making a conscious decision that, what, my poetry comes before this person, my dance, whatever, comes before this person. It's not like that, but subconsciously, that's how it manifests, because I need that. Art is not a choice. If you're an artist, it is not a choice. When I say that there's a thin line between genius and insanity with an artist, our art is how we channel that, channel everything, so that if we don't do it, then we're going to be on that insanity side of that line, because we don't have any type of outlet for all the stuff that's going on in our mind. So it's not optional. It's not like I can just say, okay, well, you know what, I'm just going to stop writing. It's not possible. I can't just stop writing. I don't know how to not write. I may stop for a while, but I'm always going to go back to it because I need to, because if I don't, I'm going to lose my damn mind, basically. So it is difficult to be an artist. People who are not artists, don't generally understand that. And so that's why oftentimes artists are misunderstood. And I feel like, some of the most beautiful yet sometimes volatile relationships are between artists, because that's a lot of energy, a lot of passion. But I feel like that may be able to work better than an artist with someone who's not an artist, because at least a fellow artist can understand. So it's really difficult existing in a society where you are, socially outcast. You're an outcast, you're a rebel, you're seen as a troublemaker, because you think for yourself. And then, you have romantic difficulties because, the person, that you're romantically involved with or romantically interested in may not understand what it's like to be this artist and this outcast and this rebel and this revolutionary. So it's hard out here for an artist. That's all it is. And that's basically it. I'm Javi Nicole, and I'm out. I'll see y'all next time.